I was going to wait for episode 8 to come out before making another Parallels video so that I could do an even 4 episodes at a time, but there is more than enough for me to yap about after just the last 3 episodes, so fuck it, let's go! Welcome to neat little parallels, or flipped parallels, that I have noticed between the 2 seasons of Only Friends. Part 2. Also, don't forget to check out Part 1 if you haven't seen it already. Or don't, you don't have to, I don't control you, but you totally should. Okay, onward. Okay, Rome, Raffi, and Sandray parallel time, let's go! Okay, Rome and Raffi's argument in the alley in front of Boston, totally mirroring the argument that Sand and Ray have after Mew's birthday party. The whole, why are you sticking your nose in my business? What even are we? We're nothing to each other argument all over again. Number 2. The rich boy wants to hit up the musician, so he calls him, only for the musician to say, nah, mate, I'm busy, and hang up, refusing to say where he is. So the rich boy checks Instagram to see if something was posted indicating where the musician is, and oh looky! There's a story post, and bless his heart it's even tagged with the location that he's at, which leads to the rich boy being able to show up unannounced at wherever the musician is. Number 3. Rome and Raffi's following scene kind of mirrors multiple scenes from season 1, and you'll see what I mean. So Rome hanging out with this girl, clearly it's on the road to being more than just a simple hangout, and then Raffi shows up ready to interrupt in a very state-claimy kind of way and send the girl walking. Now, at first it looks like it's going to match this Sandray scene, but then Rome flips the script. He reminds Raffi that he can't just drag Rome around wherever he wants, and that Raffi can go hang out with whoever he wants, but Rome's going to go live his life, and then maybe when no one else is around, then he'll go see Raffi. So Rome just kind of tells him off and then leaves. So it doesn't match one particular scene. It starts out looking like it's going to match this one, only for it to switch up and parallel more this one. And I thought it was neat, obviously. Also, I am so proud of Rome for not folding. And of course, the Rome Raffi concert totally matching the Sandray concert. And having all 4 of them together because Sand and Ray are hosting this one. And check out that Sunray label on the beer bottles. I am so proud. Particularly of Ray. He's come so far. And look, the arm grab, the eye contact, and the dancing afterwards. And then Sand witnessing it and pointing it out to Ray. And then they both just get to watch pretty much their own history repeating itself. It's just, chef's kiss. Okay, on to some other characters. Now, this one is also a parallel, but in reverse. So Arnold being angry at Tua for secretly hiring him to join the play and then accusing Tua of thinking that Arnold is just that money hungry, kind of being a flipped version of Ray thinking that Sand was only caring for him and encouraging him to go to rehab because Ray's dad hired him to do so. So in season 1, it's, you lied to me, all you really care about is money, while season 2 is, you lied to me, you think all I care about is money. This Dean Jack moment, Dean's I want to be a better person for you reminded me of Ray saying the same thing to Sand about going to rehab. Also, this moment afterwards is totally giving, once I'm not addicted to alcohol anymore, I'll be addicted to you full time. Also, Jack and Ray both went to rehab. What are the odds it was the same one? What are the odds that they've met? Wouldn't that be a small world moment? No idea what it would mean for the story, but, curiosity. And now, Pete. Pete. I've noticed a few things about Pete, actually, going back to pretty much the beginning of the show, actually. So on top of the odd glances he tends to give Raffi and others in general, but particularly Raffi, like he's always in observation mode or gauging reactions to certain things. Yeah. So the first parallel thing, though, is how forward he becomes with Rome the first time he tries to sleep with him. Which already felt totally out of left field, considering he seems to be aware of the thing going on between Rome and Raffi. But his approach being so forward, especially once he actually gets in the car, reminds me a lot of when Mew beelined for Gap in order to get into the guy's place and then steal the video clip of Boston. Mew wasn't naturally like that, but he was in dark mode and had an ulterior motive for approaching. The second is when Pete lies in the group chat about how the Rome interaction in the car actually went. Now, aside from that already being an alarming red flag move under any circumstances, it also reminds me of when Boston lied to Top about Mew and Ray having slept together, and also when Choom's brother lied about what happened between him and Boston. The last one is how Pete reacted when he was cornered and confronted by Jack and Timmy about the missing sponsor money. He played dumb at first, but even when Timmy brought out the receipt, he still didn't seem all that upset. Like, he didn't react much when Timmy said he'd take it to the faculty board and that Pete would be expelled and he wouldn't graduate. He only really reacted once Timmy mentioned taking it to the police, and even then it was to ask that they not involve the police, not to actually apologize. And it reminds me a lot of a more subdued version of Boston's responses when he got found out. When Ray confronted him for sleeping with Top behind Mew's back, he had no remorse for his actions. But once Mew threatened to share Boston's secret sex tape that he stole from Gap, which would also drag Boston's dad into the mess, Boston was kneeling in front of Mew. And still not to apologize, just begging Mew not to post it. Honestly, Pete in general just gives me Boston disguised as Mew vibes. He's quiet but clearly observant like Mew, while also being willing to lie and use those observations to play different angles on the board, like Boston. And lastly, I didn't say this in the last video because it took longer for this pattern to emerge, but we also once again have each of the three couples being one of three spice levels. We have the mildest spice with mostly safe-ish scenes. We have the medium spice that is, not too spicy, but you get the occasional bite of pepper and it's like, woo, spice. And then we have the spiciest Maximus couple with the make your face burn scenes, like spicier than Dunk's papaya salad scenes. Anyway, these are the things that I noticed from episodes 5, 6, and 7. I cannot wait to see the rest of them. Thank you for listening, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye!